Hunter is slightly favored in this matchup, though, if he manages to get the 3-piece off with Soda. Of course, that is the aimed auto multi-combo that Bean can do on the Druid.
Waiting patiently here for Sodapoppin to open up onto Bean. He is a stealth class, so he gets the uncontested opener. We'll see if he opts for the pounce or decides to open up from range. Bean mana's back up. It looks like Sodapoppin might be trying to buy time to swap trinkets. No, he opens up from range all the way on the other side of the dueling area. The Insect Swarm, Fairy Fire, and Moonfire coming out from Sodapoppin. And look at the damage his Moonfires do. This guy plays a Druid, but it feels like he deals damage like a mage as Bean opens up with that big multi-shot. There's the Cannonball Runner, I should say, coming out from Sodapoppin, dropping it. Trying to force Bean to multi-shot or aim-shot the Cannonball Runner as it goes down. The scatter comes out from Bean. There's the trap as well. Lands onto Sodapoppin. Bean forcing himself to eat and drink on those server ticks. Insect Swarm and Moonfire falling off as Chance reapplies them coming out of the Ice Block. But look at his mana. Completely as of right now. There's the Innervate now coming out from Sodapoppin, trying to regenerate and recover as much as he can. This is going to be coming down to the wire here as Bean looks to land the multi-shot. No, it's Sodapoppin's damage. That last second burst that takes down Bean and forces the second match as Soda heads in 1-0 against Bean.
Yeah, crucially, what Bean wants to look to do here is burst Soda down, but Soda preemptively pops the Furbog Medicine Pouch really early on in this duel, sustaining himself. And the second Bean wants to come forward for a trap, he delays the trap by putting the Cannonball Runner down. You can see Soda there spamming 80 on top of the Cannonball Runner, saying, Bean, mate, you want to trap me? You got to kill this shit first. So Bean has to spend longer time running to them dots, and Soda's mana just slowly whittles up with that Innervate. Soda playing the matchup completely perfectly. Nothing Bean could do, just a great performance by Soda.
A lot of pride on the line in this duel. Soda expending the Cannonball Runner there, but he's got an AGM equipped as well as a Frost Reflector Trinket for this next matchup. Skull of Impending Doom to boot to hopefully break that scatter. Bean, on the other hand, going this time for the Goblin Mortar, potentially setting up an aim shot if he can get it to land, as well as the Bear-Off Peasant Collar, the extra harass, and the possibility of a peasant absorbing a Nature's Grasp buff to prevent him from getting brooded. So we'll see if he has luck there with the Bear-Off Peasant Collar. Bean, once again, using the Fire Guard Shoulders, the only hunter of the tournament, of the entire regular season, to use these shoulders. They have a lot of stamina on them, Perp. You talked about the importance of that yesterday. Why do you think Bean prioritizes stamina so much in these ranged matchups?
Well, Soda wants to make this a war of attrition, just elongate the duel out as long as possible. And Bean does not want that. He wants to burst Soda down, but at the same time, he doesn't want to die to the dots. So he's making himself as tanky as possible, looking to get as many scatter traps off as possible and kill Soda in those. Now in this duel, Soda does not have an Innervate, so sustain is going to be a bit of a problem, which is why you see the Abolished Poison go down on himself instantly there to keep them Viper Stings off. The Mortar is going to go down though, and Bean running straight towards Soda here, maybe looking for a trap pretty soon. He swaps aspects. Here's Soda skulls the scatter there. Beautiful skull there. Instantly counts it as well. There's going to be no improved concussive shot though, as Soda cleansing himself immediately of them Viper Stings to keep his mana healthy. And Bean now 35% health. Soda's mana though dropping. No Innervate once again. Bean and Soda both on the run here, looking to whittle each other down. The pets disappear though from Bean. Soda now 210 mana. Bean with 39% health in the distance. No dots on him. He's going to be able to bandage up here clean. Soda trying to heal himself up, but the pet of Snickers is just eating Soda over time. And Bean now looking to go for the kill. Soda knows it. Soda played this duel so well, but unfortunately without that Innervate, he's not going to be able to have it. But I just want to point out, beautiful skull on the scatter there by Soda to prevent the trap, but it wasn't enough. He got just a bit too much mana drained from that tick, even though he cancelled it immediately for the second tick.
We expected no less from both of these competitors. Excellent play all around. Beautiful Skull of Impending Doom predict by Sodapoppin. And again, we expected nothing less. This matchup is going to a third game. Sodapoppin versus Bean. Winner moves on to the upper bracket finals. Loser is dropped down to the loser's bracket, forced to face off, I believe, against Zetox, who was just knocked down to the lower bracket. The winner will face Nazgul in the upper bracket finals for an opportunity at a berth at the grand final. So a big duel, huge opportunity on the line. And when it comes to prize money, I believe a top 4 prize placement is guaranteed as well, if I'm doing my math correctly, to the winner of this duel. So we'll see what ends up happening. Sodapoppin going into stealth, looking to open up onto Bean. We're going to look for that ranged opener now coming out from Sodapoppin. As the duel
I'm sorry to interrupt your flow right here, Tips. Just need to point out real quick. Chat thinks that Nazgul had an Oni buff. He didn't. It was Mark of the Dragon Lord. The icon is exactly the same. Mark of the Dragon Lord is a ring that absorbs 500 damage, and it's a buff that gives you MP5 once the 500 damage has been absorbed. So that's what that is. It was an Oni buff.
Thank you, Perplexity. As always, clearing things up for us here. No Kappas, chat. Here we go. Opening up immediately with a grenade is Sodapoppin. He's going on the offensive once again. Those Moonfires hitting so hard. Pew, pew, pew. But the Snickers harass onto Chance. The nade is resisted by Sodapoppin. Bean's in a little bit of trouble here. He's not getting the setup that he desperately wants.
Frost Reflector pre-pop, Tips.
He's not going to be able to drop the trap. He is! The reflector expires at the last second. So Sodapoppin, despite predicting the imminent scatter shot, applied his frost reflector just a little bit too early. Skillful patience there by Bean to wait and hold on to that trap just a few seconds longer. And here we have Bean using his gnomish cloaking device, looking to gain some distance. Sodapoppin going for the healing touch. There's Bean on the opposite side of the dueling area. Chance popping travel form to break the food and bandage proc, using the 6 demon bag as well. Trying to burst down Bean if he can. Pops his nature's swiftness, heals up, but at the cost of a lot of mana. There's a concussive shot stun coming out from Bean, but the Moonfires, the scatter. Does he get the trap? Is it going to be resisted? It is not. So Bean with the opportunity to reset here. Bandage is on cooldown, but he can eat and drink as much as he wants. He's going to recover so much here. No, the freezing trap breaks early, and Sodapoppin able to apply Moonfire one last time. He's going to try to play this one safe, though, going to the edge of the duel line. Recovering whatever mana ticks he can, buying some time potentially for Innervate to come back up off of cooldown. Pops the Moonfire, pops the Innervate. He's able to recover now. Sodapoppin looking to finish this one off with a concussive shot proc, freezing him in place. Is Bean gonna be able to get the trap in time? He may not, as Sodapoppin takes down Bean and advances to the CDL upper bracket finals. What tremendous play there by the Druid.